So Overwatch Season 9 is right around the corner. It's coming out February 13th, and am I excited? Not really. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, there's a new season coming out, they're changing so much, but when you look at it as a whole, I'm not entirely sure if it will or won't fix the game. But obviously, I'm bad at the game. Like, I'll always view myself as bad at the game, so my opinion doesn't really matter in compared to all the big streamers, but this is mine, and it'll always be right to me. You can't really convince me it's not right, but this is what I think. I'm going to be using 4 main sources in this video, which are this article by Blizzard right here, this article by Esports Illustrated, the actual Season 9 Champions trailer, and this random image I found on the Player Overwatch Twitter. So I'm going to be talking about probably a lot during this video, but I noticed that they call it revitalizing the Overwatch 2 experience, so they obviously expect this new update to just bring life back to the game. Like, they're just looking at Overwatch 2's corpse, just kicking it like, come on, buddy. Come on, we're going to inject piss into here. Let's see if it changes anything. Obviously, they're talking about updating the competitive experience. We all knew this was coming for a very, very, very long time. They also go on to say, we've heard your feedback on competitive play over the last 8 seasons. So you're telling me these fuckers, right, knew that for the last 8 seasons, we hated this shit, and they did nothing about it until now. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. They knew it was an issue and they waited this long. They shouldn't have changed in the first place. I think the SR system was completely fine. But hey, we're basically back in the SR system with extra steps, right? So I guess I can't complain. We built a better system that's more accurate while also helping convey the meaning behind the mathematical complexity of a modern matchmaker. Mathematical complexity. Yeah, like, yes, I guess it takes some sort of skill to make a matchmaker for a game, but acting as if you're like some mathematical god who's just, you know, whipping up matches here and there like it's the hardest thing in the universe. It's not that hard to find 5 players against 5 players who are roughly the same skill level. What I do like about this is that it does tell you what you will lose and gain. And I know the new season isn't out yet, so I have to make a lot of assumptions based on the screenshot. But this says plus 10%. Like, that is astonishingly low. The average, if you win 4 to 5 games in a row, you should go up 1 skill division. So let's say you're in Diamond 3, if you win 5 games in a row, you're pretty much guaranteed to go up to Diamond 2, unless you've done something to completely fuck your MMR, in which case, just make a new account at that point, just take the L. But 10%, that is the actual base amount that you will gain, and you have to win 10 games in a row to go up a skill division. The skill cap for this game will probably be a lot higher. Like I said, that's just an assumption, but it could also lead to more, you know, what's the term for it? Rank molding? That's what I call it anyway. Where you play games over and over again and you're either stuck in the same rank. You can't go up, you can't go down, you're just stuck in the same rank. Having this low of an increase or decrease amount could make people want to suicide a lot more. But before I completely move off of this, I want to say these 4 here, Uphill Battle, Constellation, Reverse, and Unexpected. I don't know why they've put this in, because this doesn't really seem like a green flag to me. It kind of suggests that the matchmaker knows which team should win, which I guess, you know, it can just take in, you know, everyone's average rank and be like, oh, this team's a bit more higher ranked than the other. But to me, it just seems like the game knows who's going to win, which kind of means, I don't know, maybe the matchmaker is rigged, maybe forced losses are real. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but it's just, I don't like that they've made that an actual determination of your rank. I also think it's hilarious how it gives you a predicted rank. Like, it doesn't already know what rank you are, it's just not telling you. I think that is honestly hilarious. I really do think it is. And now for the big shebang, the champion rank. And just before I move on to the champion rank and how I think it's going to affect the game, I just want to say, look at this, okay? You see these ranks here? Why have they changed the rank logos? You can even kind of see it in this bit here when it's like deteriorating the ranks. You can see the changes that they've made. They have changed plat, although they have not changed plat that much. For some reason, they've only like combined this little weird line at the bottom. They fucking massacred my boy Diamond. Look at this. What is this? Honestly, the Diamond logo looks like it belongs in fucking League of Legends. Like, why? It feels so out of place. Look at how they massacred my fucking Masters rank as well. They changed it from piss yellow to, what is this? I don't know. I don't even have a fucking name for this color. Grandmaster? Eh. Yeah, it's like, you know, I can see what they're going for. They're trying to make it so, you know, the color gets more purpley over time. Top 500 now seems really, really out of place in terms of the other ranks. It just seems too, I want to say, flat. Really, really like the new Grandmaster logo. The Grandmaster logo is great. But it seems like none of the ranks are now vibrant in comparison to each other. Like Diamond in the olden games used to actually pulse and glow. Obviously, Masters had a sparkle to it. Grandmasters had a sparkle to it. This just seems like they've taken all the individuality of each rank and made them look so similar to the point where if you show a new player what they are, they'll be like, I have no idea what distinguishes these ranks. Unless you show them bronze to gold because they're a bunch of caveman chimps, they'll look at it and go, ooh, metal. They'll know what the metal means because, you know, it's just the standard game ranking, bronze to gold. But the champion rank is pretty much, in old SR terms, probably anything above 4500 SR is what I imagine it to be. However, if you look at it from far away, champion is now going to be the new Grandmaster. So all of the top players, all of the, you know, top 500 players, the esports players, the people who play this game, like, their life depends on it, they will no longer be in Grandmaster. They will now be in champion. So obviously each rank is going to be, I'm not going to say harder or easier because, you know, season's not out, I can't determine it. But the skill you need for each rank is going to change. And I think, personally, that Grandmaster is not going to be anywhere near as hard as it is now. Like, if you're GM1 in Season 9, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as an achievement as it was. Like, at all. Like, genuinely. I don't think the skill of the players will be anywhere near what they used to be, because all the skill players will fucking boost up into champion, because they can go up there. It could make the higher ranks more easy to climb, because instead of going from Diamond to Grandmaster over the course of 3 ranks, you have to now go from Diamond to Champion over the course of 4. It's just kind of how the game works. If there are more ranks, it's a lot easier to place someone in a rank they deserve to be in. First looked at this trailer though, just I know I'm going back to this, I genuinely thought the Masters logo was the new Plat logo. That's how bad it is. I genuinely thought it was Plat. So do I think the new ranking system will fix Overwatch 2? Maybe. It'll probably put players where they deserve to be. Obviously it makes obviously, it gives a new rank that players want to actually go up to achieve, and it does look like a rank people want to be in. Like, it's flashy. It's the only flashy one out of the logos. And it actually looks like something you can show someone and be like, holy shit, you're Champ 1? That is great, dude. A+. Whereas the old GM1 just kind of looked, I don't know, it just kind of looked not interesting. I don't know, I guess that's personal preference. Anyway, moving on. New competitive rewards and Jade weapons. I want to say, I hate the idea of a Jade weapon. Not for the reason you would think. I love the idea of them adding different, like, skins other than the gold weapon, but this is just green. The fact that they have made it just green, you could add a red one, you could have a blue one, a yellow one, all the colours. It's literally just as easy as changing the hue from green to red. It's that simple. I can already foresee that they're going to introduce each one, like, season after season, and be like, look, we're introducing new content when it's literally just as easy. It would take literally, like, 20 seconds, right, to make a red one, a red version. It would be so easy. And anyone saying like, oh, it's not as easy. Yes, it is. It genuinely is. It will not be hard. I'm willing to bet that's what they actually did. They just took the gold skin and was like, huh, let's change it a little bit, and they made it green. That's what they did. They just took that skin, altered the colors, made it green, and they've advertised that as Jade. They can do the same for every color. I can't be bothered reading into it because I think it's a pointless thing. I don't know what the point of legacy competitive points are. So it looks like they're making the points only obtainable on a yearly basis. And then, you know, the rest goes to legacy points. And obviously there's the changes to the core gameplay, which you may or may not have seen. You've probably seen it from another big streamer making a video before me because, you know, I can't make videos all the time. But look at this. They are aiming to deliver a more consistent feel to firing and landing your shots on your opponents. Which I guess is okay. I guess it's what they want. But Overwatch is a team game, and I'll get back to that in a second once I've, you know, went on a bit. So this is what they did, right? They're making your shots feel better to hit, and to do that, they are changing pretty much all the projectile sizes, except for objects with a greater base size than 0.5 meters. And then it gives 2 examples, Javelin and Fire Strike. Which I guess is fine. You can have a lot more players actually hitting their shots, which is, it's very good, actually. And it looks like they blame this on players with good aim complaining how random it can feel whether a shot hits or not, which also, I guess so. Although it seems like a cope. If I miss a shot, I blame it on my own skill. Blaming it on randomness, it's just... Personally, I feel like that's just a dog shit way of saying, ah, I missed a shot and I'm blaming it on something else. If I miss a shot, my fault. Now, here's the funny part, right? That I read this and I was like, holy shit. You're increasing the health pool of every single character in the game by these amounts. If you're 150 to 175, you get plus 25. If you're 200 to 300, you get plus 50. If you're plus 300, you get 75 to 100 HP. So as it says here, the new health ends up requiring at least one more hit from most heroes to eliminate an enemy. So they are making it harder to kill people. And then they are making the projectiles bigger. So just keep all this in mind. I'm building to something, don't worry. More health, bigger projectiles, more chance to hit. That's what they're adding, yes. And this is what I love. They're classing it as self-reliance. Self-reliance, right? I think that is dog shit. Right, that is a really bad way to put it. The roll passives, hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious, right? Passively regenerate 20 health per second for not taking damage for 5 seconds. That's an all heroes passive. The damage roll passive, which just replaced the reload passive. Dealing damage reduces the target's healing received by 20%. Now that made me giggle. Do you want to know why this made me giggle? Just going on a bit of a thing here. About a week ago, maybe week and a half, the Season 9 patch notes actually got leaked by someone. And everyone read this and was like, nah, that's not going to be real. Not going to be real. The only thing that seemed to be real in it was, where is it? This. This was what people were like, oh, okay, we know they're going to add that. That was where people were like, oh, it could be real. A lot of people thought it was fake. It said this in the leaks. It predicted that dealing damage reduces healing. And I giggled so much when I read this because if you look at these leaks as well, look at this pharah change, right? They're adding a horizontal dash, a new ability for pharah. So this basically confirms that there was I want to say pharah rework. It's not, it kind of is a rework. You can see they've changed a lot of stuff. But it's basically Echo 2.0 with a fucking boomstick that can blast you anywhere on the map now. Obviously, they gave the support role passive to get healing faster, you know, rather than 5 seconds, it's a 2.5. But I don't think this is, what did they state it as? Self-reliance. This is not self-reliance, okay? Well, it is, but it isn't. Overwatch is a team game. I am quite an aggressive Overwatch player. Not aggressive in the sense of I flame. I do flame sometimes, but that's not the sense I mean it in. I mean it in, I go in a lot. I hold W a lot. I want kills a lot. I don't really hold S. I don't really pussy out of fights. This, to me, does not mean, I can self-rely on myself in team fights. This, to me, means I can go off and be a lone soldier. I've got more health. My bullets are more likely to hit. If I do get hit, I can just literally just peek, hide around a corner, regen health, and then go again. And when I damage someone, they receive less healing, so I'm more likely to kill them. That, to me, doesn't scream self-reliance. It screams the game is now becoming a solo game rather than a team game. And you could probably be like, no, you've just got to stay with your team. That's just you. I really don't think that will be the case, but that's my opinion. But will this fix Overwatch? Will this self-reliant go solo bullshit fix the game? I honestly think this will. I don't think the rank system will change the game much, other than what I talked about. I think this will make the game, obviously as it says, more self-reliant, but in the sense of you can actually carry a game by yourself more, simply because you don't have to play with the team. It'll make wins feel like you won that game rather than you being carried by your team. But it'll also make you know that you lost the game because you have more survivability and you still died. But obviously now that we pretty much know that these leaks are true, we can actually see the health increase here. Funniest one to me is probably the Mauga health increase, just because fuck Mauga, honestly. The Reaper health one is pretty funny as well. They're adding 50 instead of 25, which I don't really know why. It's kind of strange. Tracer and Widow also only gaining 25 HP. Also kind of funny, All ultimate hero costs are increased by 10%, so obviously they want you to just use your abilities more, use less ult, which is alright, I guess. Actually, look at this fucking buff from Cassidy. That's wild, by the way. They've buffed Genji Dragon Swing from 0.9 to 0.7. That's like 1, maybe 2 slashes added to the ult. And look at this. This was so fucking needed, right? They've buffed Reinhardt This was so needed, like unreal amounts needed. Moira skin is okay. The Torbjorn skin, as I said in my members only video, I think the Torbjorn skin might be the best skin they've released for Torbjorn today. They also have a new collab event coming mid-season, which is Cowboy Bebop, which is pretty fucking cool, actually. New weapon skins, new cosmetics, which they did advertise as, you know, the poster girls of the game. Valentine's Day, Hanzo and Reaper, very good skin. But this is fucking hilarious again. The Hero Mastery Gauntlet, defend tower against waves of your enemies. This is not the PvE we wanted, okay? I actually want a campaign. And then it either worked or failed or they scrapped it. And they're like, hey, let's just recycle it into some tower defense bullshit, which we can market as, you know, new content that we made for the community when it was just, you know, something scrap. The Cosmic Crisis event mode, you know, that's kind of the stuff I do like in this game. I did like Junkenstein's Revenge. I did like the missions in Overwatch 1. That felt like kind of a campaign. I hope this has the same feel, and I hope they don't make me pay for it. I find it hilarious that on the trailer you can actually see in the tower defense you're playing against the training bots. Like, I hope there's like some end boss where it's like some cock monster. And even in the comments, when the entire game is released and the only thing people are happy about is the Cowboy Bebop collab, the new shop skin shows Overwatch 1 recolors. That's so fucking true. Shout out to Stefan Onimo. But I really do think that the Season 9 update can fix this game. It has the potential to fix the game. The community just has to take it well. The MMR system, whatever they've done with the ranking system, it has to work well. And people have to also take well to the new, you know, as I am going to call it the solo experience. They have made the game more appealable to solo players now, which could fix the game. This genuinely could fix the game and put it in a good light. But they're still trying to monetize bullshit, which they should not be doing. Monetizing this game is probably the worst decision they've ever made. But I think what could kill the game will be in Season 10 with the release of Venture, which I am currently making a video on. So if you do want to subscribe and stick around for that, it would be nice because, you know, subscriber funny number. Well, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, as I just said, like the video, and if you disagree with anything I say, please comment. I do respond to pretty much every single comment, as long as it's not, you know, as long as it's not blatantly racist, offensive, or that one guy in my comments who keeps on responding to the exact same message, calling me a pussy and gay for not responding to it for some reason. That guy, shout out to that guy. He knows who he is, but I'm not showing the message. But that will be all. I hope Season 9 comes well on February 13th. I hope you all enjoy the game. I hope it brings back fun to the game. And that's all. Thank you. Goodbye.